The M2G is a gun, made of 6 guns. Red Napalm drops it, the Forceman super boss for War Ensemble. On Nightmare difficulty, floor 17, Wednesdays and Sundays. The blueprint is an uncommon drop. If you don't get it, fight her again until you do. There's videos out there showing an easy kill using the baseball pitcher. The M2G has a use case for almost every situation in the game, with the exception of some Forcemen and higher level Jackals. It excels as a raiding weapon for all but the toughest rank 115 bases, can be used against all bosses, and is an essential part of a Tengoku climber's arsenal. Most players who have reached the coveted peak of Tengoku did so with ample use of the M2G against haters. The problem is, it's not intuitive at all, and requires a lot of practice to get even the basics down. You don't want to end up like this guy.
Fucking trash ass fucking weapon.
Scaling mostly with strength, it's best used on attacker, striker, and all-rounder, though it's not bad on collector. This info is mostly from a guide I wrote and put on Reddit with the help of the retired Ether Master, but the issue with that guide is that it required players to read. A tall order, as the Let It Die community will gleefully tell you. Master this weapon, and you too may get the chance to join the fabled M2G division. Before we begin, a massive thank you to 0under1, a god tier player who was kind enough to grab all this footage for me. Level the weapon up to 10 to unlock all the shot types. If you don't have all shot types unlocked, do that now. Do not ask anyone about it. Kill screamers on floor 1 until the gun is at level 10. Got it? Good. The M2G spins, as does the red dial on the side when you aim the gun. Press shoot, and you'll fire whichever ammo type the needle is pointing to. The difficulty lies here, timing your shots correctly while also aiming the thing. Mistime your fire, and you'll get a healthy dose of your own medicine. Fear not, however, the crosshair when aiming features a spinning dial too. This is the one you'll be looking at. In fact, now I've told you about the red dial, feel free to never look at it again. The crosshair is much better. The alternative attack button slows the rotation down. This can be good for new users, and when you have time to slowly select a knife for sniping. However, for most combos, you'll have to learn the faster needle timings. Bear in mind, the M2G only looks down so far. If you want to hit enemies below you, you'll have to switch weapon or lure them up to where you are. Rage move. The M2G's rage move isn't very useful in terms of damage, but can help in some situations. It can function as a panic button, causing knockback and pushing groups of haters away if you become swamped. Another suggestion is to push haters off of rooftops on milk floors. It's a costly move, however, at 3 rage bars. Press shoot without aiming to hipfire. This can be used to break boxes and turrets, or shoot animals without having to worry about the dial. You can shoot, then immediately aim to gain control of the gun before the 3 shots are finished, so you can aim after the fact. Knife sniping. As an easier technique for the budding M2 gamer to learn, this one's a good place to start. Knife shot can be a combo ender or one-shot killer, depending on how tough your prey is. The amount of damage dealt by one knife, even when using average decals, is so massive that whole rooms in low Tengoku can be eliminated without a single hater noticing your presence. No tricks to this technique, just aim at an unsuspecting enemy and fire a knife. This can be done from far beyond a hater's aggro range. If you're unseen, you have ample time to aim your shot and even go for a headshot if you're feeling confident. In fact, I recommend it. Having time to shoot means you can slow the wheel down to be certain a knife comes out. A dying enemy causes a slow motion effect on the game, which can throw off your timing. Using the slowdown means you won't fail your next shot. While it's recommended for new players to use the slowdown at first, learning to quickly fire a knife as the wheel is spinning at full speed is a requirement for M2G mastery and will pay off in the future. Attacking from stealth means both a stationary target and the enemy will take the full damage without having a chance to block. Unaware targets are excellent candidates for additional damage bonuses, such as the headshot bonus, as well as a 10% bonus applied when hitting a target from behind. This will kill most haters in floors 50 to 80 easily, depending on fighter grade, decals, etc. Only weaker builds will fail to kill with a single unblocked knife this low in the tower. Stronger builds can one-shot most haters with knife sniping up to floor 160. For tougher haters, the knife snipe becomes a stun lock. Turbo stab them repeatedly without missing a spin of the dial, and the hater will die without ever leaving the stagger state. Death by 1,000 cuts. Don't use the firework to attack, but instead use it to manipulate your enemies. Its noise will draw haters to its location from quite an impressive range. In small to mid-sized rooms, the firework will draw every enemy. From here you can dispatch them as desired. Knife sniping with M2G is a great option as always. Other options could include Archer's Bow, Motorcycle Rage, Timber Throw, Lion Knuckle Rage, or Sneaking Past. The Mad Bomber and Vampire Queen decals use dead enemies to explode. The amount of damage from a knife headshot paid forward, in part, to the next hater can wipe out entire groups at the cost of just one knife. Your mileage will vary depending on your levels and decals, but on average, this will stop working around floor 180. In floors 200 and up, a lure and knife headshot may not kill a hater, but you can use it to pull just one enemy and retreat to fight them alone. Get used to doing this, as fighting more than one hater at a time at this height is a dangerous prospect. Luring a group so you can run past them is also an option. Just be quick. Here's me doing it the first time I reached floor 200 when I was still learning the M2G. The firework also interrupts a hater's search mode. When they're investigating but aren't fully aggroed yet and no hater alarm has gone off, if they're heading towards you and there's nowhere to run, it could save your life. Be careful, however. The firework won't distract a hater if they're fully aggroed. The true strength of the M2G is its ability to break a hater's block state, using shot combos to sneak knives past the AI's blocking routine, dealing either instant death or beginning a stun lock combo to the same end. Combos are difficult techniques to master with the M2G, requiring players to actually practice firing shots with the correct timing. When chaining knife shots to stagger enemies, you can't use slowdown because this gives haters time to block or roll away. The dial must spin at full speed. Infinite knife stun locks begin with a combo starter. This can be the rifle, shotgun, or knife depending on the situation. As mentioned before, the amazing technical combo of knife, 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 knife only works from stealth or shrooms to make sure the hater isn't blocking. So your choices to begin the stun lock are rifle or shotgun. Players typically favour one over the other, so figure out what works for you. Fire at an advancing hater with the rifle and immediately follow with a knife shot as soon as possible. The needle skips past shotgun and straight to knife on the same cycle. If done correctly, the hater will block the rifle shot, lower their guard, and be hit by the knife. In low floors this will kill. Higher floors require several knife shots in a row, with headshots if possible. No M2G combo will work 100% of the time. Elevation, hater behavior, and player error can cause you to drop the combo or miss a knife shot. When this happens, restart with the rifle and try to get the knife chain going again. This technique is best used in mid-range against melee haters. Against gun or ranged weapon users, you're better off using the rifle-knife combo from as long a distance as possible. Camus haters can be stun-locked, but the distance required to stun-lock them is longer than nearly any other weapon. with the exception of the sniper rifle. If a hater is close enough to stop sprinting towards the player and begin either firing or walking slowly towards you, this means the hater is too close and cannot be stun-locked anymore. Another thing they can do when too close is start strafing. If a hater is strafing, you need more distance. To create distance, you can keep firing while walking backwards. The hater should mostly block and the gap will get bigger. If you really need to, you could hit them with a grenade, giving you time to reset the distance and start over. You can repeatedly hit a blocking hater with shotgun to shred their armour, drastically reducing their life expectancy. Your weapon here is patience. This combo does the same as the rifle one, only it starts with the shotty. They'll either block the first shot and be hit by the knife, or the shotgun can stun them long enough for the knife to hit anyway. It's possible to hit this combo with the dial at full speed. However, some players prefer to fire shotgun as late as possible, then hold slowdown and spam the shot button. For pad players, this means the index finger holds R1 while the middle or ring finger harasses that R2 button. Again, knives until unalive. In this case, there is enough time to switch to the second combo by chaining shotgun knife before they can recover. This combo is best used at short to mid-range and is effective for crowd control. Haters won't rush you if they are being stunned or forced to block by your shotgun fire. It's possible to keep chaining shotgun until you stagger an enemy, quickly hit them with a knife, and return to suppressing fire with the shotgun. While not the most reliable strat, it is possible to stagger one hater in a group. You can chain shotgun knife repeatedly to kill one hater while its comrade is locked in place, or if you're lucky, you can combo one enemy while the others are tricked by their AI into staying put. The preload. This is the other technical trick to master with the M2G. It's based around this knowledge. If you spin the dial without firing, the needle remains in the place you leave it when you stop aiming. You're not really loading the gun, it's more like pre-selecting your shot. Let's preload the shotgun to demonstrate. Hold aim to spin the dial, release aim as the needle hits 9 o'clock. That's the shotgun. I'd advise against holding slowdown when selecting your shot for this, as the needle will move slightly after you release aim. Step 2. Hold slowdown, then quickly hold aim and tap shoot in rapid succession. A very quick 1-2 press with the slowdown held. The timing is like a piano input in fighters. The M2G should instantly fire the shotgun blast. Don't worry if you can't get it straight away, it takes some practice. You can check where the dial is by holding aim while reloading. You can use this to check whether you've preloaded correctly or just to see where the dial is. And it's a good idea to always have the dial ready on shotgun. The use for preloading shots is situational. You can use it to rush around a corner and instantly shred a hater before they react, or cause a hard knockdown so you can finish them with knives or a melee finisher. You can use preloaded shotgun to punish melee attacks or slower projectile weapons like the Magnum or Firework launcher. Roll through their shot and hit them with your own. Preload knife is good for peeking out and safely landing a shot on Jindai or Jackson from behind a pillar. Tempting as it is to preload shotty and spam it repeatedly without spinning, this won't work. You can only fire an ammo type once on any given rotation of the wheel. You want to fire a knife again? You have to spin that wheel. Generally, if you've fired a grenade, something's gone wrong. Doubly so for the rockets. Any M2G user, new or old, will attest to the growing pains. Accidentally firing an explosive at your own feet or a nearby wall and turning yourself into giblets. A costly mistake in terms of ammo too. Each grenade costs 20 ammo and the rockets 45. They're also knackering. You lose stamina when firing the M2G, but both explosives take a heavy toll on your lung capacity. there's a danger of running out of breath and leaving yourself open. There are some use cases for explosives though. In High Tengoku, you might come across an enemy that can sustain a full magazine or two of punishment without going down. Reloading isn't quick, so what's the backup plan? You could knock enemies to their doom on milk floors, the rooftop area, and the only one with guaranteed death pits. A grenade, aimed at your enemy's feet, comes with a complimentary flying lesson. Knocking a hater down with a grenade can give you vital time to retreat, fire off a couple of knives, or reload. Finally, rockets, although expensive in terms of ammo cost, can be fired regardless of how much ammo is left in the magazine. So if you have 3 ammo left in your mag, you can still fire a rocket. Call it a end of mag discount. If a hater is giving you trouble by blocking too much, or you're otherwise having trouble keeping up a stun lock, firing a rocket can be more cost effective than normal if the M2G magazine is getting low. Rockets deal a large amount of damage through block, if not 100%. Haters using M2G can do things that are impossible for the player. They can shoot downwards. They can chain the same ammo type repeatedly, much quicker than a player can. They can fire different shot types faster than the dial will allow on a player-held M2G. And God help you if you ever see Ethermaster's hater out in the wild. The Firefly variant of the M2G, which can be obtained from the Hell Napalm variant of the same boss. This one's in the Neo War Ensemble area. It costs half the price of buying an M2G, and its refresh time is much quicker, about 44 minutes. So even though it has less ammo per M2G purchase, you can readily repurchase it more often in your Tengoku climbs. It also has higher base damage, so while it's not as economical, it's more readily available. Just good luck farming for that thing. The minor differences are that it does fire damage, so rifle, shotgun and knife can cook beasts for you. Then again, you could do that with a firework in your regular M2G. The fire ticks can add up damage and kill enemies faster. But let me check notes. The split damage makes it benefit less from pierced decals like Billy the Kid and Rio Bravo. The tutorial is concluded. Senpai. I hope this helps in your quest to become a true MLG M2 gamer. There are some more M2G strats out there, things involving the Rio Bravo decal. If you're lucky, or rich enough to have it, it is a pay-to-win game after all. The rest is up to you. Perhaps more pro plays will be discovered by the community, which against all odds, seems to live on. And if you've never tried Let It Die, don't.